Hello, and welcome to World Water Week. Jordan and Egypt have been collaborating through knowledge exchange and peer mentorship to enhance the management of wastewater in both countries, with the goal to improve their achievement of SDG6 and advance their own climate resilience. Today, we take a deeper look at the partnership, lessons learned, and how other countries can adopt similar approaches. To have this conversation, I am joined by our esteemed panel here, who includes engineer Ind Al Shadefat, an expert with more than 2 decades in the water and sanitation sector, currently working as water and sanitation expert at GIZ Jordan, with focus on improving the overall operation of the wastewater sector. Very welcome. Thank you. We also have engineer Sharif Morsi, who's one of the experts with extensive experience in the water and wastewater sector. He is currently working with GIZ Egypt as a technical advisor for operation and maintenance in Nile Delta Water Management Program.
Thank you.
Very welcome. And we have with us engineer Muyad El-Badu, an expert with extensive experience in the wastewater sector in Jordan. He currently works with the Water Authority of Jordan as the Director of Sustainable Technical Management Directorate for wastewater treatment plants and is a supervisor for some of the technical wastewater programs it implements by the Water Authority in cooperation with international organizations.
Yes.
Very welcome.
Thank you.
Hind, I'd like to start with you. Please give us an overview of the partnership between Egypt and Jordan, how it was started, and what does it aim to achieve?
Thank you so much, Kanika, for the introduction. It's nice being here. I would say this partnership started in 2017 after an extensive discussion with the GIZ Egypt, what processes they have implemented to improve the performance of the wastewater sector in Egypt, and to learn from, as you said, peer learning from regional context. The partnership started within projects funded by BMZ and implemented by GIZ Jordan and Egypt. And the purpose of this partnership was to improve the wastewater sector in Jordan and cooperate on a regional level with Egypt on more sustainable and improving the performance of the wastewater treatment plants. So I would say this partnership was toward improving the sector in both countries, learning from each other, and developing kind of holistic approach in reporting for the SDG6.
I think it's a really inspiring example, and something I think we hear the sector wanting more peer-to-peer exchange, and it sounds like a really wonderful model that you found here, that you're interacting directly together between these two countries to actively improve the sector. Sharif, you have been a strong advocate for technical sustainable management, or TSM. Tell us how Egypt has adopted and adapted the TSM approach and what this has meant for sustainability in the Egyptian wastewater sector.
Thank you for this question. TSM is the quality certification program was implemented by German Water Association (DWA). GIZ Egypt recognized that this system should be expanded to cover all management areas like operation, maintenance, quality control, human resource, and safety as well. When you go back to Egypt, we make a negotiation with the holding company for water and wastewater to spread this certification for all affiliated company for water and wastewater in Egypt. They accept that and they agree, and quickly they take a decision. They dedicate a task force to work closely with GIZ Egypt to start the process. First thing we did, we collect all the Egyptian code and starting preparing the catalog manual for the TSM. This is the first step. And to be ensured that this system is aligned with all law and regulation governing the wastewater and water sector in Egypt, we did an agreement with DWA to follow up. First to review the guideline, second to follow up the process during implementation, starting from preparing the site to meet the TSM requirement till the inspection process. After 5 years from this successful cooperation between the DWA and GIZ and the holding company said, it's okay, I'm now ready to take over the system and can run the system by their own way. And if you are talking about, by the way, the holding company, 10 years now, they are considered the firm which have a certification body for this certificate in Egypt. Okay? If you are talking about the impact, it's a huge impact, by the way. There is an impact related. All certified sites achieve a reduction in specific energy consumption by 8% in average. A reduction in downtime for the facility itself, and ignoring maybe the injury inside the site maybe reached to zero.
Wow. I mean, really, really significant achievements. Clearly, what I'm hearing from you, it's gains in efficiency, gains in delivery of service, but also a sector transformation that's really taking place here. And not only the partnership between Jordan and Egypt, but of course of Germany as well, where you're being able to take information, data, approaches, and reapply them and localize them to your needs. Mu'ayyad, tell us about introducing the TSM certification has meant for the Jordanian Wastewater Authority. What challenges and gains have you encountered, and is it a process you would recommend to others?
This three in one questions.
Yes.
Technical sustainable certification by the Water Authority of Jordan has been significant step toward improving the efficiency and safety in wastewater treatment plant operation and maintenance. The TSM framework have six main chapters of requirements aimed at enhancing the organization and the process of wastewater treatment, aligning Jordanian laws, codes, and standards. Regarding the challenges and gains, we have multi challenges, but I will talk about three main challenges. The first one, operational adjustment, capacity building, and financial supporting. Despite these challenges, the gains have been significant. Improve efficiency and legal procedure, capacity enhancement. Given the positive outcome, the third one regarding our recommendation to the others. Water Authority of Jordan would recommend the TSM certification process to other. It provides us structure, comprehensive framework for improving wastewater management, aligning technical operation with sustainability goals, and ensuring long-term for environmental and economic benefits. That's our answer.
Wonderful. I mean, I think there's a lot of gains there clearly, and I think a lot for others to be learning from the example here, but particularly when wanting to achieve better standards, when wanting to achieve greater sustainability, and having that structure and framework in place to help you do that. And tell us how climate is impacting the wastewater sector and how the TSM approach is helping to meet those challenges.
Definitely. I would say that we all noticed the impact of the climate change recently with the extreme weathers, with the flooding, extreme heat waves, and that definitely is impacting the wastewater sector in Jordan. TSM approaches of improving the performance of the wastewater treatment plant. As my colleague said, in Egypt, there's a reduction in energy consumption within the treatment plant, improving performance. I would say the same happened in Jordan. Energy reduction was foreseen in the wastewater sector. We reached optimizing the processes itself with less energy, making sure that the treatment plant outlet is also according to the Jordanian standard. We all know also that Jordan is one of the most water scarce countries with a per capita around 61 cubic meter per year. We are talking about a huge pressure on freshwater resources. And that's why we are really concerned about improving the wastewater sector, because we want to make sure that the outlet outlet, the water coming out of them, this sector is being reused and is being have an economic value at the end of the day. So we use treated wastewater in agricultural sector. So we use it for restricted agriculture, means that we improved the outlet of the treatment plant that are being used for animal forage, for landscaping, sometimes for industrial, cooling for industrial factories. We have one achievement that we are all proud of in the wastewater sector in Jordan, that we are using around 95% of the outlet produced in different aspects, either in, as I said, agriculture, sometimes in artificial recharge, sometimes to improve the water. And this comes to the national strategy that we reduce the pressure on freshwater resources, keeping the freshwater resources for personal uses, and subsidize this with treated wastewater and other non-conventional water resources. In that regard, I would say that TSM came as kind of an improvement for the wastewater sector. This certification improved the performance, which comes to reuse application, which we consider as climate adaptation measure, and energy consumption, which we consider as climate mitigation measure. So improving the performance, improving the overall sector. TSM helped a lot in I would say reducing the impact of climate change to this sector.
I mean, there's so many gains there. I think also building so much on not just gains directly to the wastewater sector, but I hear from you being able to use that outlet as a productive output.
Exactly.
So you're getting gains in other parts of your agricultural sector, but also potentially food security, other areas of your society, which is so valuable. And I also just want to come back to you've talked a lot about climate change adaptation within your answer, but also the climate change mitigation effects in terms of being able to reduce the overall energy consumption. Thank you so much for that. I think, Sharif, this is a great time to come to you to talk about innovation. I think we've heard a lot about this in passing between the conversations here, but innovation has been a real driver of the collaboration between Jordan and Egypt. So I'm curious to hear from you, what are some of the innovations and efficiency drivers that you've come across in the collaboration?
In fact, the innovation have been all the key drivers during implementation of this system. I will give an example for the most impactful innovation that we did during implementation. We successful to install a new measurement device inside the wastewater treatment plant to monitor all the key parameters. This key parameter, this reading directly connected to the operating group for the operator to realize any sudden change, and he take a quick action. Give him a chance to take a quick action for that. Such issue is improve the operating efficiency and decreasing the downtime for the facility itself.
So right here, reaction time, the ability to assess and react quickly, to be able to take decisions, to reduce the amount of downtime, huge efficiencies there. Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. Muyaya, the ensuring long-term sustainability is always a challenge. So what is your advice to countries who wish to take up the TSM model? How can they ensure the sustainability of the certification process and hand over to the responsible authority when it's time to do so?
Thank you for this question. Based on Jordan experience, I would advise the countries to consider following align with national standards and regulations, continuous capacity building for technical sustainable unit staff, regulation structured monitoring system, and evaluation. By following this step, the countries can ensure the sustainability of the TSM certification process, enhancing long-term environmental and economic benefits in the water and wastewater sector.
So what I hear from you, it's really leaning again back into the structure and the framework of the TSM approach, but expanding that to also include the monitoring systems and need that, and also beyond that to national standards and regulation in order
Yes.
to support those systems. Clearly, this is a model that's working very well in your region. And so I'd like to ask each of you if you have any advice to other regions or other countries who might want to pursue a similar approach. Hind, I come to you first.
Yeah, thank you so much. After hearing this cooperation and what is the impact of TSM, I would say that my recommendation for countries that they should learn from each other. This peer learning, looking into the same context. I would say that Jordan looked into the Egyptian experience because we share same climate. Also, I would say language barrier was not there because we want to build capacity on the operational stuff. So language barrier was not there. Same needs, I would say, water scarcity, managing of wastewater sector, reuse application. We found all of these models in Egypt, and we want to build on a regional context. On the other hand, I would say that this kind of what we also learned from this experience, long-lasting experience, I would say, which we are all proud of, that products should be standardized. So any product would serve the water or wastewater sector should be standardized. It should be applicable for duplication or even replicated. Because when looking at TSM, we are now trying to expand the TSM to cover water sector. It might be in the future for desalination, also treatment plant, and it could be also replicate and duplicate in other countries because the standard, as my colleague Sharif said, the guideline, the catalog is there. You need only to take this product and standardize it according to your need, looking into any country's laws, regulation, standards, and you could justify the system based on your needs. So this is very good for knowledge sharing, I would say, and it allow for reducing cost. At the end of the day, because you have something that you could build in, you don't start from scratches, and this was I would say the best of our joint cooperation with the Egyptian partner in that regard.
Thank you so much. I mean, there's so much in your answer there, Hind, but the peer learning, I think also the idea of looking for shared problems, shared culture, shared language at times, but shared climate, this can really help bring new ideas together. And then also I really hear from you this idea that as we create these different kinds of knowledge products and approaches, we need to ensure that they themselves can be standardized in order for them to be suitably replicated. Thank you so much. Sharif, what would be your advice to others who might want to pursue a similar approach?
Okay, my advice will be short and simple. Okay. My advice for all the countries that intend to use such system, okay, always update your procedure to meet the local and international standard, because if you ignore such issue, maybe it will cause a serious consequence.
That is short and sweet. So need to upgrade your standard. Need to make sure that you're meeting the international and national standards. Brilliant. And then Muayad, please tell us.
I will talk about my recommendation and what benefited from the TSM certification. The Water Authority of Jordan has benefited from the technical sustainable management framework within regional context, building the experience through holistic approach. They ensure the sustainability of the wastewater sector, which demand significant attention. Additionally, WAJ has gained larger benefits by establishing a regional hub among various Arab countries to enhance the management of the water and wastewater sector.
So, I mean, again, it comes back to this idea of, the joint benefits that come from coming together and things like establishing a regional hub in among the Arab states to be doing this more closely together. Thank you so much, Hind, Sharif, and Muayad. It's been absolutely a pleasure to speak with you today. And thank you also so much for sharing about the fruitful partnership that you have. I think it's truly inspiring to see this co-learning happening, but also that both parties are genuinely benefiting. And we look forward to hearing more in the futures. And if others wish to reach out and learn more, they can certainly reach out to you to do that. Thank you so much to our audience here in Stockholm and those of you joining us online. Until next time, thank you and goodbye.